Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Heather. Thank you so much for stopping by today. Today we're going to be doing an exciting video. It's kind of stemming off of a video that I filmed recently where you should have already watched it, but if you haven't already, I'll link it up above. It was where I read Enemies to Lovers Romance. And I was reading one of the books. I decided that I was going to do the TBR recommendation site thing where you put in like, I'll put the little thing up here where you put in like all of your interests and everything, and somebody goes on and they go ahead and they go in and they pick your TBR for you. So that is what we're doing today because the results finally came in, and I am going to pull them up on my phone and put another screen recording up, and we're going to view the books that they picked out and we're going to read them in this video. So let me get them pulled up right quick. Get my little screen recording going so we can be surprised all together. And we're gonna go ahead and get started and see what books that I'm gonna be reading for this video. Okay, so the first one is called Strange Love. It's by Anne Aguirre. And it says, if you're looking to read more romances with alien characters, because that was one of the things that I put, I definitely would recommend this series by Anne Aguirre. The hero is an alien, and he has been unable to find a mate on his planet's bachelorette-esque style ceremony. He has one more chance, and while he is a hopeless romantic, he does not have much hope at this point. But when his ship's AI malfunctions, he finds himself on Earth and in the beautiful company of a woman and her strange dog. Okay, that sounds interesting. The next one is We Have Always Been Here by Lena Guin, and I've never heard of this book either. It says that this is a bit of a locked room mystery set on a spaceship with some horror elements. Dr. Grace Park is a psychologist hired to oversee a survey mission to an icy planet. The crew's mission is to determine whether the planet can sustain human life. So some science fiction, and I did say that I wanted some science fiction, and it sounds like this is going to be like a horror science fiction, so that's something. When a radiation storm grounds the ship until it passes, tensions begin to rise and personalities start to clash on board. What's most concerning to the human crew is that Dr. Park seems to seems to have an affinity bonding with the
It's right here, Mama.
With the artificial intelligence.
This baby goat.
I see.
And the goat has horns.
The goat does have horns.
Yes.
Let Mama finish this right quick, okay?
Okay.
What's most concerning to the human crew is that Dr. Park seems to have an affinity bonding with the artificial intelligence that's been with them. Okay. And then the next one is Cackle. And it says, because I like...
Did you say cackle? Okay. Well, it's a baby horse.
I see. Let Mama finish this, okay? The next one is Cackle, and this is by Rachel Harrison. I have heard of this one. And it says, because you liked T. Kingfisher's The Twisted Ones, and I wanted to suggest another light horror novel that amps up the eeriness rather than the graphic violence. Annie is restarting her life and has just moved into a perfect apartment minus the small spider problem in a friendly and quaint town in upstate New York. She feels welcomed by her neighbors and has even made a new friend with Sophie, but the townspeople seem to give Sophie a wide berth for reasons unknown to Annie. Okay, so here are the... Oh, that Strange Love one looks a little weird. But here are you can probably see the books. So, alright, so we have Strange Love, We Have Always Been Here, and Cackle. So those are the 3 books that I'm going to be reading for this video. And I hope that you enjoy it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, like, comment down below, and let me know what you think so far. Hey, so I'm here to update you on this book right here. I ended up finishing this book a couple days ago, and I ended up giving it 4 stars. This book was literally one of the weirdest romance books that I've ever read before, ever. It's very intriguing. very different, but totally worth it. I really loved Zyler, and I really loved Beryl. However you say her name, Beryl. I really loved their relationship. I loved the way that they came together. I loved the whole I just loved it. Also, Snaps, who is Beryl's actual dog, can talk in this book, which was very funny. I really liked him too. It is like the epitome of what you would expect a dog to like say. And I know that all of us dog lovers have been like, what is my dog thinking? Well, this book gives you exactly what the dog is thinking. And it's super cute. I love Beryl's relationship with Snaps. I love Beryl's, I just like how Beryl just went in there and smashed it on this unknown planet. Didn't really understand what was going on, but she was like, okay, I'm here, I'm just gonna do it. And she did it. And her and Zyler's relationship was just like really, really nice. And I liked it so much that, hold on, I ended up buying the second book in the series, which is Love Code. And this is based on Helix, who is Zyler's AI, artificial intelligence, and his relationship with somebody. I don't really know how to say her name yet, but it's his relationship with the love interest in here. And then you have another little weird animal thing on the back, so that's intriguing. But these covers are a little bit weird, but you understand why once you get into this, because you can actually visualize. This cover helps you really visualize Zyler's city and what it's like there and how futuristic it is. And just like it was just one of those books that I really enjoyed. And it is a sci-fi book that's like, I'm so glad that it had romance in it, because if it was just sci-fi I would have no idea what was going on. But the author really did a good job like helping the reader understand what was going on, especially for somebody like me who's not very well vamped with science fiction. But loved it. Yes, 4 stars. And then, like I said, I bought the second book in the series, so let's go ahead and see what book I'm going to read next. I have Cackle, or I have We Have Always Been Here. I think I'm going to go with this one next, because I am still in like the sci-fi kind of way. I'm also reading another book that's a thriller, so I figured that a sci-fi thriller kind of like this, I think this is like a sci-fi, it's either a thriller or it's like considered a horror book, but I know it is about aliens, and I kind of still want to read, like I kind of want to go on more of an alien journey, you know. I think this would be a good pair with the other book that I'm reading at the moment. So yeah, that is my update, and I will get back to you in whenever. Hello. So I am at home again working, and it's Monday, and my company is celebrating Juneteenth. Happy Juneteenth, everyone, if you're watching this. But I am taking a break from reading this one for this video. We've Always Been Here. I'm taking a break from this just because it's not, you can't see me, it's not terrible or anything like that, but it's just not what I want right now. And I feel like if I keep reading it, I'm not going to enjoy it. So I am about halfway through it. But I am going to switch over to Cackle by Rachel Harrison. And again, this is a horror book. It's supposed to be like a funny horror about witches. And I downloaded the audiobook to it. So while I'm working, I'm going to be listening to the audiobook for Cackle. And I have heard mixed reviews on this book. Some people really love it. Some people really don't like it. But yeah, that's what I'm doing right now, and I just wanted to let you know. I wanted to update you on that. But yeah, I'm starting Cackle, and you're gonna get to watch me work for a little bit, so there's that.
Color, not quite red, but too violent to be orange. I search for the sun, imagine it tired and bitter, slouching away after another long shift. I find it hovering over New Jersey.
with you on this video. It has been a few days, more like a week, since I've last checked in with you, but I did finish the book. I finished Cackle. Ended up giving this 3 stars. It was okay. I can see why this is classified as horror. Me personally, I didn't think that it was that horror-ish. It's about witches. It's about a witch that uses her powers not very nice sometimes. It's about somebody who's transforming her life and they become friends. What is her name? I think her name is Annie. Yes, Annie meets Sophie. Sophie is a witch. People in the town know that she's a witch. She's a very affluent person in town. People are scared of her because she's known to use her powers not for good, for negative, especially when people are rude to her. If she feels like threatened, she will use her powers. She's like 400 years old. Annie is very, what's the word I'm looking for? Influenced by Sophie. And like I said, they just formed this friendship. Sophie is very protective of Annie in a way where I felt like she was more overprotective and kind of clingy. And I don't know. I gave it 3 stars. It was alright. It's not my kind of horror. It's funny in specific ways. It has very dark humor, which I enjoyed. But I'm realizing that I'm a more scary horror type, not funny slapstick horror type, you know? If that makes sense. But yeah, I think this would be a good starting point for people who are trying to get into horror. It's not a horrible book by any means. The audiobook is excellent. I listened to this on audio. And yeah, like, I like the audiobook. I like the actors in it. There's a really cute pet spider that's adorable, except when he gets mad. So yeah, it was an all-around okay book. I am still reading this book. This is very science fiction-y. It's thrillery, but it's more science fiction than anything. There's a lot of scientific terms in here that I don't understand. And we are getting the perspective of Dr. Grace Park, which they call her Park, and we're going back in time in her life, and I don't see how all these things are going to connect. Hopefully they connect, because right now it's just really boring. The scariest thing about this book, yes, it's a science fiction thriller about being like off on an unknown planet and stuff like that, but the thrillery part of this is just really not knowing what's going on and being terrified about being on an unknown planet where things are just happening out of the control of people and they don't really know what's happening. They just know that something has taken over the ship and is making people go crazy, making the androids on the ship malfunction. Grace Park is a psychiatrist and she is there to simply observe people, but her boss Keller, something happens to her and Park has to take over, so she's trying to get along with people on the ship that she doesn't really particularly care for. There's a lot of animosity, there's some drama, there's maybe a potential romance. I really don't know. There's just a lot of things going on in here that I'm not really following. As you can see, I'm right here, so I'm a little bit over the halfway mark, but every time I pick up this book and read it, about 20 minutes into it, I start falling asleep. So I'm trying. I'm trucking along. I don't know how I'm going to feel about this in the end, but that is my update for you. I only have 50 more pages of this book. This book is literally the most boring but interesting books that I've ever read. I have no idea what I know what's going on, but I don't know what they're talking about half the time, you know. I got a gist of what's going on, and then again, like I said, I have about 50 more pages of this book. Well, technically 42 more pages of this book, and the twist that just happened was very lackluster for me. Maybe the last 42 pages of this book will like make me like it more. I don't know. But it's really difficult to get through this book. Like, it's interesting, but it's really boring at the same time. I think it's the writing style that's throwing me off a little bit. I don't know. Like, I really wanted to like this book, but I don't know if I'm gonna like it. I mean, I know I'm reading right now. I'm not gonna tell you it right now, because hopefully it changes in the next 42 pages. But we'll see. So I finished this book. Unfortunately, it was not my favorite. I ended up giving it 2 stars. I just think that this book didn't do enough for me. The last 50 pages of the book were the most entertaining to me, and it shouldn't be that way. It should be, you know, the first 50 pages are entertaining. It's just, it had a lot of potential, but the potential just wasn't met. And it is a debut novel. So I do think that this author is going to be really good, and they're going to be able to craft, you know, they're going to be able to craft their gift as they keep writing. She's a beautiful writer. There's a lot of description. There's a lot of backstory. There's a lot of storytelling in here. It just wasn't my favorite. And again, I ended up giving it 2 stars. So with that being said, I did enjoy this video, and I am going to try the TBR recommendation thing again. I already went into my little profile thing, and I kind of revamped it a little bit, and hopefully next time I will have better luck, because I had a 4-star, a 3-star, and a 2-star in this particular video. Hope that you enjoyed this video. Please let me know down below what you thought of the video. Have you ever done this before? Are you going to do it? Do you like the experience of not knowing what you're going to get and then trying it out, kind of taking a step out of your comfort zone? Let me know in the comments down below, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.